Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show. Real talk, big opinions, and fearless conversations. From the front lines of politics to the latest in pop culture. From breaking sports headlines to the stories that move the world. Nothing's off limits, and nobody's holding back. Arrington Gavin is here to break it down, build it up, and keep it all the way real. So turn it up, lean in, and let's get into it. This is the Arrington Gavin Show.
Hey, what's happening, fam? Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show, your go-to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day, whether it is politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz. Look, we're diving deep and keeping it real, so please do me a favor, kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. That's right, my friends. Welcome. So good to be speaking with you on this wonderful evening. I am your friend, your homie, Arrington Gavin, coming to you on this wonderful day. Look, a lot to discuss on today's show. I have two stories involving one former NFL football star, most likely soon to be Hall of Famer, and also an Olympic medalist, Olympian. And it's sad because it doesn't look good for either of their brands when I show this. One, Carri Richardson, who is a national treasure in the sport of track and field. She has multiple awards, Olympic gold. I believe she is a. See if I can find it right here. I mean, she is one tough cat when I tell you that. She is one highly accomplished individual. And then the second story involves former NFL star Terrell Suggs. And yeah, that's not a great one either. So we have a lot to share here on today's show. In addition to that, Superman is decided he wanted to join ICE, and so we will discuss more here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Before we move forward, for those who happen to be streaming us at the moment on YouTube, please do me a favor, subscribe, like, share with a friend, share with family. I truly appreciate it. We want to continue to build that momentum. It helps with our algorithm, and just we want to grow our viewership, our subscribers. So please do me a favor, like, subscribe, share. I truly appreciate that. In addition to streaming us on YouTube by way of the Arrington Gavin Show YouTube channel, you can also stream us on Goatverse TV. That's right, Goatverse TV. I'm so honored to be a part of this growing network. You can download the app. It is free. It's available in the App Store, Google Play Store, Roku, as well as Amazon Fire TV, filled with so many amazing programs and content like yours truly. And so please be sure to stream us on Goatverse TV. You can also listen to us wherever you get your podcasts, whether that's iHeart, Odyssey, Apple. We're available on all major podcast platforms. So if you would prefer to just listen to us during while you're at the gym, while you're traveling on the road or traveling in general, and you want to put on a great podcast, I got one that I can recommend, and that is the Arrington Gavin Show. So be sure you can follow us and or listen to us by way of podcast, and please give us 5 stars with that. And then you can also listen to us on the radio airwaves. That's right. We're heard in 2 radio affiliates, one in the New Orleans area by way of WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about. So honored to be a part of one of the oldest and longest running Black talk radio stations in the country. The Arrington Gavin Show can be heard on WBOK 5 nights a week, Monday through Fridays at 7 p.m. Central Time, only on WBOK 1230 AM. And then we're going to move it on to the Metro Atlanta area. You can listen to the Arrington Gavin Show on WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk. WDJY 99.1 Straight Talk weeknights at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on that station. All right, my friends, before we head to a commercial break, we love to do a fun fact here on the program just before we dive into our headline. So on today's fun fact, did you all know that and I feel as though I might have mentioned this, but I want to repeat this again. So the teddy bear, I might have said the teddy bear was named after a president. Could you guess? Ding, ding, ding. All right, time's up. Theodore Roosevelt inspired the name teddy bear after refusing to shoot a bear cub while hunting. So he was nicknamed Teddy. Well, the teddy bear was named after Theodore Roosevelt. And I just thought that was interesting because, man, one thing we are missing in today's day and age is empathy. That's the key word, empathy. Everybody is about a team of me. Me, I could care less of what my neighbor, or I can care less of what this random Samaritan. No, it's all about me and I. And this former president, while going hunting, which hunting can always be a difficult by law. Like hunting is always looked differently. Most people hunt bucks, what, turkeys. That's the typical things I see folks hunt. I've never, I think, do they hunt squirrels? No. Do folks hunt squirrels? I don't know. But I've never gone hunting. I wouldn't mind, but I've never, it never caught my interest. But then you have what do you call there's a term that they have in front of it where they hunt exotic animals like lions and tigers and bears. And it's not allowed. It's against the law. And so, yeah, Theodore Roosevelt, the teddy bear was named after Theodore Roosevelt. And I thought this was interesting because one time I saw a commercial, I kid you not, I saw a commercial of a bear dressed like Donald Trump, had the little comb over hair and everything, and it was called Trumpy Bear. And I'm like, are you kidding me? See, one thing, this man is marketed everywhere. They have freaking, little children's books about Trump. They have stores called Trump Burgers. They have this, that, and that. And I'm like, Trumpy Bear, this can't be true. This can't be real. And yeah, now you talking about cult-like, that was a bit weird in my opinion. A Trumpy Bear. Yeah. I mean, so, but I mean, they just decided they just want to name it. I mean, Trump, I don't think it ever went hunting, nor if he refused to shoot a bear. I don't know if the guys hunt or whatever, but when I saw that, I'm like, hey, look, I know another president that has a bear. So yes, my friends, there you go. That was your fun fact today of the day. The teddy bear was named after your 26th president, Theodore Roosevelt. All right, my friends, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have a lot more show for you here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Do not go anywhere.
Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Order our scented beard oils and beard balms to help you maintain and grow the perfect beard. Order today. Try our men's care products like the full body exfoliating cleansing bars, body wash, smooth stash, and more. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. We're your luxury but affordable men's care line. And remember,
rugged is the new smooth.
Every man has a story to tell. Your ambitions, your achievements, your legacy. Your suit should reflect that story, crafted precisely, designed for impact, and tailored exclusively for you. We work with only the finest fabrics, luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blends from world-renowned mills in Italy, the UK, and India. These fabrics are the foundation of custom suits that exude elegance and stand the test of time. But a suit isn't just about fabric, it's about fit and it's about confidence, and it all starts with you. When you work with me, you'll receive a personalized consultation, whether in person or over Zoom. Together we'll explore your vision and discuss your needs, and we're gonna bring your ideas to life. My journey as a designer includes apprenticing under New York-based designer Clavon Leonard, showcasing collections at New York Fashion Week, Algeria Fashion Week, and the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. That experience is what we bring to every suit we create, from weddings to corporate events and everything in between. We specialize in crafting one-of-a-kind suits for life's most significant moments. Dapper Luke has been recognized as one of Baltimore's best menswear in 2023, and I was honored to be one of the 10 designers selected for the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. With over 900 satisfied clients, we proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore, bringing world-class designs to these incredible communities. We don't just make suits, we craft confidence. Your suit will fit your body, your style, and it will tell your story. Book your free online personal consultation today. Visit www.dapperluke.com.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to
And we still in traffic.
Don't look familiar, do I? Not in this seat.
Hey, what's that you listening to?
Here to host today.
Hey, turn it up. Yeah, that's that new Goldverse app. I got you.
So y'all want to know where the goats are? They're off on the sidelines.
Looking for fresh, relevant content wherever you go?
What was the name of that he said?
Introducing Goatverse TV.
Goldverse, that's what it's called.
The free streaming app that brings you the best podcasts, current events, and thought-provoking opinions all in one place. Download it now from the Apple Store or Play Store. In Goats, we trust.
All right, my friends, welcome back to the Arrington Gavin Show. Welcome back. Well, look, I wanted to continue on a topic that we discussed on the last show in regards to the major crossover that we witnessed in front of our eyes on our television screens, and that was seeing Fox News Greg Gutfeld, who is the self-proclaimed, they call, king of late night because of his high ratings of his program Gutfeld, which is a comedic political late night show on Fox News, and it had higher ratings than late shows like Jimmy Fallon's program, Jimmy Kimmel's show, as well as Stephen Colbert. Now we all know Stephen Colbert's program, and Stephen Colbert had announced that his show will be canceled after the 2026 year. It will also just be ending the late show as a whole from CBS. What I was explaining a little bit last program was, here's my take. Gutfeld, the late night show, he's no king of late night. He's not. I'm sorry. He has humor that I will never think it's funny personally. Yeah, you can have a couple of chuckles. If I meet him, we might chuckle about this and that, but he is not a funny late night host. He's extremely corny to me. Only him, only he laughs at his own jokes and his colleagues. He's also a co-host on the hit show The Five, which is Fox News, I believe, highest rated program, where you have 4 conservatives and 1 liberal, and all they do is just attack the only one liberal at the table. Sounds familiar. Sounds like another program that I've seen, except it's the opposite. But Greg's show, let me explain these high ratings. The demographic that watches cable television, especially Fox News, are old retired folks. I'm talking the 60 and up, maybe even 70 and up crowd. Young people do not know who the hell Greg Gutfeld is. They don't care. They're busy watching streaming shows or a podcast or some other stuff. They're not watching that. So when you see folks, especially older folks that lean more conservative, Gutfeld is their guy. they're not going to be watching a Jimmy Fallon. Young people watch Jimmy Fallon, but again, more, young people are not most of young people are not watching cable television. Most young people are not going to be watching Steve Colbert or Jimmy Kimmel. They know of him, and they probably, consume them a lot more that they're going to watch some, news program. But I mean, Gutfeld, he has the older crowd. Catch me, if you think I'm not, telling the truth, go watch one of his shows, and when they show the live studio audience up there, start counting how many uh uh white hair you see there and gray hair you see there. It's all old folks that tune into Gutfeld. So that's his demo, and it's the driest of the dry humor. And I'm a guy that I am a fan of comedy. It was funny. My wife and I was over. We had dinner at this local restaurant in our neighborhood, and not in our neighborhood, in our city. And it's a go-to spot we love to go to most of the time. I mean, we know the bartender there at this point. That's how many times we've been there. And so we were just talking about comedy and this and any other. Long story short, what I'm trying to explain is that I am a man who loves good comedy. I love my top tier list is Bernie Mac number 1, Dave Chappelle number 2, Ron White number 3, uh, Andrew Schultz, Wanda Sykes, DL Hughley. I mean, I have a versatile list of comedians that I mean, Mark Norman. I mean, I am a versatile individual when it comes to Shane Gillis, hands down. I'm versatile when it comes to comedy. So I've witnessed I've sat in front of the driest of the dry, the overzealous comedians, the physical comedians, the political comedians, the non-political. I've watched them all. Gutfeld's not comedy. The dude was writing for freaking Men's Health, for crying out loud. What does he know about comedy? He doesn't. He knows that he can crack a few jokes with some old people, and it's gonna help him in the ratings. That's all that's gonna happen. Anyways, he was a guest on Jimmy Fallon's show, and a lot of folks are saying, "Oh my gosh, did Jimmy Fallon bend the knee? Did he kiss the ring, the conservative ring, by allowing this guy on?" Because it was quite awkward. It's very awkward. You rarely see folks from two different political sides of entertainment being on the same exact show. That's why, honestly, it's weird when you see folks like, I remember Charlemagne the God was on Gutfeld. I remember when Bill Maher was on Gutfeld. That was awkward. It was big news for them because they're like, "Oh snap!" I'm pretty sure it was high ratings for them, but it was awkward because they never have folks that are total opposites. Because to them, they're like, "Oh, they're part of the woke. They're part of that liberal Hollywood. No, we can't watch them." And that's why they only have them once every blue moon, because they know their true demographic. They're not going to be tuning into. A lot of them probably didn't even know who Charlemagne the God was. They know who Bill Maher was, but they didn't know who Charlemagne the God was. So it's very rare seeing these two guys cross over. Now, me personally, I don't think it was a bending of the knee on Jimmy Fallon's point. I think, those who, because Jimmy Fallon is an employee, those in higher up is like, all right, we got to start easing out of talking more politics and just let's just do, talk entertainment. Let's open the seat for all people, regardless of their political view, and then just try and get back to normal. Because I will say this: there was a period where anybody and everybody was allowed on the show, regardless of their political views. And I did enjoy seeing two opposites of the aisle come together to promote. Hey, we promoting. Gutfeld had a new show on Fox Nation, and so it's like, hey, look, we're gonna be promoting that show. Keep it going. And it's so funny, and it was so awkward because when they played the promo was trash, and and then like all there's somebody that's working the crowd saying, hey, clap after that trailer was corny. It wasn't even corny. He's hosting some new freaking show on Fox Station. I don't know what the hell it's called, but it was just weird. Like you could tell they were really just trying to force Jimmy to do it. And I mean, Jimmy did not really ask a lot of questions. He had Gutfeld do all the talking. Gutfeld was telling some old stories when they first interact. I mean, it was cute. It was weird. It was a very, very, very. It was almost like, how can I put this? 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 Imagine when, you know, your girlfriends or your guy friends set you up on a blind date, and it happens to be a double date, and you set them up. You're thinking there is working good, but it looks extremely awkward. It's like, oh man, this is definitely not going to work. What are we thinking? And it's like they tried to put together a blind date, hopefully, cross their fingers that it'll work out, but it didn't. It crashed and burned. So it was weird, but hey, I commend them from bringing people together, because I'm a fan of people. I'm a people person. I am friends with people from all sides of the aisle. When I tell you, I have liberal friends, I have my conservative friends, I have my don't give a f friends. I am that kind of person. I'm in all circles. Why? Because I love people. And I'm a person who respects opinions. Regardless if I agree or disagree, that's your opinion. And as long as we respect those values, at the end of the, and especially if we at the end of the day have the common goal, we just have different avenues how we want to see that goal. Okay, we cool. So they had a really great, cordial conversation, a respectable conversation. Did not talk politics at all, and it's funny. Gutfeld kind of spoke in a little bit of politics, but he kind of made little jabs at Trump, which was funny because I'm like, wait, that's your guy, that's your, that's your fearless leader. What are you doing? Making jokes at Trump. But I guess he's kind of starting to be a little sick of Trump because there's like a lawsuit, I believe, happening between Fox and Trump, and Murdoch, who's the founder of Fox Corporation. He's not a fan of Trump at all. He's not. And then Trump continues to speak down on Fox News, and so many other MAGA members that are elected into office currently speak down about Fox News. Not too long ago, Marjorie Taylor Greene said that oh man, let me find it so I won't misquote what she had said. She shared her view on Fox News and said, oh, where is it? Where is it? I think. Darn, I think I might have. I didn't save it. I thought I had. Let me try and find it real quickly here. Uh, there we go. So, what she had said was basically the demographic. She said Fox News is brainwashing Americans, and that they have a old demographic. She just said they're old and out of touch, basically. And so that right there was, yeah, she had criticized, saying they had an aging audience that really doesn't know much and is not up to par with what current society and stuff like that. So she even called out Fox, which was, I thought was very humorous. So maybe Greg is like saying, no, bump that. No one's going to talk about, the place that gave me my start, the place that made a true name for myself, and this and any other. So now the question is, will we see more crossovers like this? Because a lot of people are not fans of it. I thought it was a joke when I heard about it, but a lot of people were not fans of it. People at his colleagues at Fox News thought it was dope. They said he laughed and this and any other. Lawrence Jones, who's a co-host from the Fox and Friends, he said that Jimmy Fallon was throwing an olive branch to invite him on. So I'm like, hey, look, We don't know if that was by choice for Jimmy. That could have just been, hey, Superior said, hey, let's get Greg Gutfeld on. If not, you cancel right there next to Jimmy Stephen Colbert. So you never know. You never know. But I just wanted to continue that conversation because so many folks are saying, Jimmy bend the knee and I'm not gonna watch Jimmy Fallon. Look, he did not have a choice. Me personally, I think he did not have a choice in this case. Nor do I think Jimmy's that guy that's gonna refuse people. He's also a people person. And Jimmy never really spoke a lot of politics. Now, Jimmy Kimmel, Stephen Colbert, no, that won't work out on having Greg Gutfeld on there. Absolutely not. But Jimmy is that kind of neutral, non-confrontational individual. That's why he went on. And hey, they had a good 12-minute convo, 15-minute convo called it Christmas. One and done. Now, is Jimmy going to go on Gunfeld's late night? He might, but it will be very awkward. It's not. It will. I don't think it will be Jimmy's scene, but that's just in my honest opinion. Let me go ahead and moving on to our next story here. So I mentioned about. I thought I had a sneeze coming on, guys. Wait, hold on. Here it comes. Oh, excuse me. Whew, I felt that one coming. So I don't know if you guys heard, but Sha'Carri Richardson, for those who are unfamiliar with her, she is an American track and field sprinter who competed in the 100 meter and 200, who competes in the 100 meter and 200 meter. She is a 2020, she won an Olympic gold medal in the 4x100 meter relay, and she's also a Olympic silver medalist in the 100. She's other world champion gold medals in the 100, 4x1, and the 200. She is a true beast when I tell you, and she's doing all this just at the age of 25. She had, before her career continued to really grow, she was in the news not for the good reason while she was competing for the Olympics, I guess before Paris. She had to opt out of that because she had got suspended for testing positive for, I believe, marijuana. It sucked, but at the end of the day, there's a law, there's rules, and she knew that rule was prohibited. She knew, partaking was prohibited. So hey, it happened. She learned her lesson. We end up seeing her succeed anyway. That didn't stop her from staying away from the public eye. People were still, supporting as true fans of her. But recently there was a story that put out where she was arrested on domestic charges, and I thought it was her and her boyfriend that were both arrested, but it was just Sha'Carri. So a video on TMZ was shared. Let me see if I can play you a little bit of that for those who are watching, and I'll speak on it for those who are not. Let me pick that up. There we go. And so if you kind of see there, you see the arrow, them pointing, and she's just pushing, bodying her boyfriend, who is also a Olympian, track star. And so he obviously is like, hey, look, no, I'm not putting my hands on you. But she was in his face the whole time. I mean, just pushing him, throwing stuff at him. And I'll be honest, it really ticked me off looking at this because, for one, you look at someone that is, 25 years old. So somebody's always gonna say, well, they're a kid, they're young. I'm sorry. That's long gone. The kind of platform you have when you start to compete and started really growing into a name outside of college. I'm just personally, that whole she's young, you know what? That's a bunch of bull crap. You are a grown ass woman. You are in a public airport where you obviously you could care less who does what and whatever, and you act like no one knows who you are. You have a brand now. You literally competed representing the United States. Your boyfriend is like, no, just stop. Like, my thing is the other way around. If he was seen pushing her, you know, social media would have been going ham. He would have been arrested, this and the other. And look, she was arrested. This video, this was off of TMZ, and let me pause that here. So on TMZ, it's reported that Carri Richardson forcibly shoved her boyfriend multiple times during a dispute at the airport in recent months, before appearing to throw something at him in a new video that was obtained by TMZ Sports. Now, the incident took place on July 27th at a Seattle Tacoma International Airport in Kings County, Washington. So this happened, a while back, past news, but still, the video came up really relevant. And you can see the surveillance footage, obviously, where that they just got. The Olympic gold medalist appeared furious with her partner. Now, one thing I'll share, just play, not to give her full blame. We don't know what was said prior. Obviously, when you get surveillance, they get like the first 60-second clip, and then they put that out. They get to the meat and potatoes, and they're like, oh, look what happened. They don't have the the root of it, the genesis of it. They never show that. Coleman seems to try and get away from her because, hey, like a smart man, continue to walk away. And I think it was hard trying, because she was just following him the whole time. But the track superstar continues to follow him before she eventually pushes him into the wall. Very unacceptable, my friends. Coleman again appears to try to defuse the situation by turning away from her, but moments later, she's shoving him again. The couple quarreled, made its way to a nearby checkpoint, where suddenly she appears to hurl an item at his head. The two talked for several minutes, and once Richardson left the area, a gaggle of cops showed up and questioned Coleman. It says here the Port of Seattle police documents state once Richardson talked to officers, she told them the tiff started because Coleman had taken her electronic headphones. Okay, then Richardson advised she did not assault him in any way. Police wrote in the docs, and the dispute was only verbal. And look, it was. I mean, she didn't give him no black eye or anything, but she was pushing him aggressively. And if an officer of the law sees something like that, they're gonna say, "Hey, look, that's assault. That's a domestic dispute that is troubling in front of other folks." And it's like, okay, that doesn't look too good. Now, authorities said they arrested Richardson after reviewing the surveillance video. She was ultimately booked on a charge of a 4th-degree assault and spent roughly 18 hours behind bars. Now, Coleman had recently once the fastest sprinters in the world defended Richardson's behavior, telling it was a sucky situation all around. Now, he might be saying that because, was he the cause of all of this, or was he the victim? Right? I mean, at the end of the day, he has love for her because he's defending her in general. He's trying to help defend her, her brand. She already been through a lot at the time. I know she had lost a parent, or I think her grandmother or mother, and before she really, continued to shine in front of our eyes in the world of track and field. But I think the reason why I'm showing you this, guys, because I want to see our sister win. I hate seeing, our own doing just stupid stuff, especially stuff that's in public. Like, I can't stand when folks get that ounce of success. They think they're untouchable and they can do anything without any consequences. Like, who in their bright mind thinks it's okay to act a fool in an airport, out of all places, in public, and you're a public figure? Like, y'all, do better, please. Please do better. As of right now, I believe it was just pushed under the rug. Of course, it was, it's going to be spoken about really for a good while, at least until the next time we see her compete in a track race. The reporters and commentators, they might just bring that up, and I don't think so far she has publicly come out with any statement just apologizing for her actions. I'm pretty sure she will soon, but I have not come across any public apology, which you're probably like, well, Arrington, why she owe you an apology? Why she don't owe me nothing. But what I'm saying is Sha'Carri has fans, she has young fans, she has, teens and young, just kids that might look up to her. And when you have a hero that you look up to and you see them doing stuff like that, you don't know to say, okay, is that okay because she's doing that, or is that like a kick in the face? You're like, wow, why are you doing this? You're somebody I look up to. Why are you getting so angry in this? So all I'm saying is, y'all, when it comes to protecting your brand, y'all have to do better. Y'all have to do better. Let me move it on to another story quite similar to this one. Let me see if I can find. Okay, let me go ahead and share this one to you. So this was former former NFL star Terrell Suggs. Terrell Suggs is a former Super Bowl. I think he won former one-time Super Bowl champ from a linebacker. He played most of his years with the Baltimore Ravens. I think at the tail end he might have played for like the Arizona Cardinals before he retired, um but he did something way more just way more silly in my opinion, way more stupid in my opinion. Nothing compared to Sha'Carri Richardson's, scuffle with her boyfriend in the airport. This gentleman here, Lord have mercy, this gentleman here, Terrell Suggs. I mean, once one of the greatest linebackers in the league at one point. I mean, he was top tier. Again, he was teammates with Ray Lewis. He won a Super Bowl. He played for well over, I believe, 15 years. I mean, he had a great career. This joker got into an argument at a Starbucks drive-through. At a Starbucks drive-through, out of all places, Starbucks. Really, Starbucks. This one, this black man, you got too much money. That's when you know you got too much money. When we start having scuffles at a Starbucks. Starbucks is out here taking people's lives. They are, oh my goodness, when you out there scuffling at a drive-through, Lord have mercy. So this big giant dude was, and the video shows. I'll play the video first, and then we'll talk on the other side.
Just backed into me, man. You can't just back into me to tell me to back up. I can back it up, but don't hit me.
No, I didn't hit you. No, I didn't hit you. Really? Back up. I'm not that.
Go ahead and take it. You. 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 Go away. Go away. Go away.
So I don't know if y'all. So I had to kind of excuse you. It was beeped out, but still, it was I beeped out some of the words. You kind of can put it two and two together on what was being said. What was occurring was Terrell Suggs was, and again, we didn't see the full. I mean, we saw enough, but he was back in his car, back into the what do you call it? The speaker, to place his order, and he was backing up. The car behind him was not backing up. He kept on backing up, and the car honked at him because, like, literally, it looked very close to backing into his car. So the man wasn't happy. He's like, you almost backed into my car. He's like, well, back up, just back up, back. And he's like, I'm not. And here's my thing, just to speak on, by law, a lot of folks will say, okay, when one person gets out their car to confront that individual, hey, he didn't hit his car. It was mighty close, but he didn't hit his car. It was, words were being said, but the guy that was parked, that was in the car behind him, got out the car to say some words to him. And right then and there, I'm not gonna lie, that's fighting words, in my opinion. I'm like, okay, you don't want to talk anymore. You actually want to do something. The guy realized, oh, this is Terrell, so let me back up. He was still being mouthy, but the man backed it up. The man realized, like, oh. Because one thing, y'all, road rage, we road rage is going rampant out here in these streets, and I cannot stand folks that think, oh, they could just, everything is just a brawl, and they just don't care anymore. So luckily there was no, fist fighting or anything like that. But they were mouthing off back at each other, and then eventually, Terrell got his order. He's leaving. The guy's still mouthing off to him, and he hears him. And Terrell starts like, "Hey, look, you want to go? You want to go?" Now Terrell did the most dumbest thing anybody could possibly do. Instead of just leaving off, cursing at each other, I think he even gave him the bird too. But after he gave him the bird, he drove off and flashed a weapon. He flashed a weapon. That right there is a big no-no. You can't do that, bro. You can't. Once again, moral of the story is, y'all in the public eye, y'all got to stop acting like y'all are some unstoppable folks that can just get away with this crap. That was the dumbest thing you could possibly do, my friend. Again. And this is why I am not a fan of open carry. I really not. If you're not an officer of the law, or you're not on a duty in the military, right? Not serving in the. I don't think anybody. I could care less if you are educated when it comes to guns and vice versa. I'm not a fan of open carry, just in general. Like, why? I believe in protecting your household. Don't get me wrong. I believe in protecting your household. So have at it. But having it out and about and owning, I'm not crazy about it. I'm not a fan of it, because I feel as though, yes, the gentleman walked out of his car first to confront Terrell Suggs. So anything could have occurred. This man could have came there and really caused harm, and Terrell Suggs was standing his ground on defending himself. But if you're just in the car, he's in the car, y'all mouthing back and forth, and you show the gut, like, to me, that's just, and that's where the stupidity comes, in my opinion. And so, excuse me, he eventually was, I believe, excuse me. The gentleman, of course, took pictures when he flashed a gun, and Terrell was looking right at him. What, flashing the gun, had the gun out. He didn't have the gun pointing at him, but he had the gun out of the. And I'm just like, bruh, like, why ain't you looking at him? I mean, again, just not thinking at all. Yeah, they're quoting what words they were saying, but I'm trying to see. So they did. It looks like they did arrest him on this because of this. They did. Did they arrest him? Yeah, I believe they did. Yep, they did. They did arrest him after that video was shown, because they had to do like an investigation. They ended up, finding him, arresting him, and he had to be booked in the jail. Bruh, you put that on yourself. You could have easily just drove off and said, "Hey, that dude was being a jerk. Call it Christmas." But you cannot just flash your gun like that, man. The funny thing is, I think all Terrell Suggs' order was like, it could have been a brownie. It could have been a sandwich. All he got was like the bag. He didn't even get a drink at Starbucks. That's one thing, man. Starbucks is just it does that to people. You don't mess with anybody in a Starbucks line, because Terrell was like getting some sweats and some basketball shorts. That man was probably just woke up. He's probably trying to get his morning breakfast or his frappe, latte, wappe, whatever the drinks is called, macchiatos and lattes and all that stuff. I'm still learning. My wife is a big, huge Starbucks fan. I like Starbucks too. I like their teas. I like the tea. I'm learning grande and venti, trenti. Okay, I'm learning the lingo. All right, I'm trying to get on board with the Starbucks stuff. One question I want to ask you. Side note: are y'all team Starbucks or team Dunkin'? That's like Crips and Blood sometimes out here. Like that stuff is like, East Coast versus West Coast kind of thing. Like there is. Are you a Starbucks or a Dunkin' fan? Because it's funny, all my family from Jersey is team Dunkin'. Now, in my home in Virginia, people love Starbucks. Starbucks is A1. Now, coffee wise, people of course love the options at Starbucks. Now, I think price wise, people might prefer Dunkin'. I think they say they get more coffee, more bang for the buck, stuff like that. But yeah, I love the back and forth with that. I don't know. That's what I'm asking you all. Who do you think is better? But more of the story from those two headlines involving a track star, Carri Richardson, the other one involving former NFL star Terrell Suggs. The moral of the story is, if y'all are blessed with a talent that builds you great wealth, that builds you great public, and you're in the public eye and so on, please always remember, the eye in the sky don't lie. Someone's always watching. Somebody is always watching, and it's just great that you keep that positive and that right representation, because not only are you representing your family, you're representing your brand, you're representing folks that looked up to you and that paid money to come see you. And just, you have to do better and make better choices and make smarter choices, y'all. All right, we're gonna take a commercial break, my friends. Do not go anywhere. You're listening to the Arrington Gavin Show.
Let me tell you something most people get wrong about suits. A suit isn't just about you wearing it. It's how you show the world who you are. It's your handshake before you say a word, your presence when you step into any room. That's why we design statements at Dapper Luke. We don't just make suits. We'll start with the fabrics that tell your story: luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blends sourced from the finest mills in Italy, the UK, and India. Then we'll combine that with your vision, your personality, and your style. Every detail is tailored to you, from the fit to the finish. Whether for your wedding, a gala, the boardroom, we specialize in creating custom suits that are unique, just like the men who wear them. We spent years perfecting this craft, apprenticing under designers in New York and showcasing collections in New York and for Baltimore Fashion Week. None of that matters as much as seeing the look on your face when you try on your custom suit. Over 900 clients have already trusted us to deliver the best custom suits. They trust me to deliver the confidence. We proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore and would be honored to bring your vision to life next. Let's create something unforgettable. Book your free consultation today at www.dapperluke.com.
Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Order our scented beard oils and beard balms to help you maintain and grow the perfect beard. Order today. Try our men's care products like the full body exfoliating cleansing bars, body wash, smooth stash, and more. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. We're your luxury but affordable men's care line. And remember,
rugged is the new smooth.
All right, y'all. Next up on our story, this will probably be the last one for the evening. Superman joins ICE. Former Superman actor Dean Cain announces he will join ICE. ICE, which stands for U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, which stands for yes, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. In an interview recently, he was on Fox News. The 59-year-old actor shared his decision came after he posted an ICE recruitment video on social media, which quickly gained traction. Let me go ahead and play you this clip from. He was on Fox News with Jesse Waters Prime Time, and let me play you a little bit of that video, and then we'll talk on the other side.
Superman himself, Dean Cain, joins me now. All right, so this is kind of a big deal for you and your career. What are you going to be doing at ICE?
Well, let me go back a minute here, Jesse. This is all your fault, by the way.
Yeah?
I'll explain why. Because I put out a recruitment video yesterday. I'm actually a deputy sheriff, a sworn deputy sheriff, and a reserve police officer. I wasn't part of ICE. But once I put that out there and you put a little blurb on your show, it went crazy. So now I've spoken with some officials over at ICE, and I will be sworn in as an ICE agent ASAP. So they'll have 80,001 recruits for their 10,000 positions.
Well, they can't have a better guy than Dean Cain. Are you going to be hopping out of ICE vans and apprehending guys?
I will do whatever Director Lyons wants me to do. If that's what it takes, absolutely. I somehow doubt I'll be in that position, but I would be there in a heartbeat. These brave men and women need someone to stand up for them. So rarely, these days are we seeing that. Someone like Daniel Penny stands up. He gets vilified. Dan Bongino steps up, gives up $5 million a year, and goes and takes his position at the FBI. This is the kind of thing where people have to step up. I'm stepping up. Hopefully, a whole bunch of other former officers, former ICE agents will step up, and we'll meet those recruitment goals immediately, and we'll help protect this country.
Superman himself.
So, he speaks about Daniel Penny, the gentleman who was arrested for choking out a homeless man on a subway, which, hey, that's, share your opinions however you want about that story. At the end of the day, it was a man who, in my opinion, and I might be getting some flack on this, but the gentleman was irate. Now, did Daniel Penny, was his initial thing was to take a life? I don't think so, but he ended up taking a life. Now, in my opinion, there should have been some consequences served, but it was not. So that's one story. And then he talks about Dean Cain. That is, he talks about Dan Bongino, former conservative talker. Well, he was in the, I believe, was he in the Secret Service, if I'm not mistaken, for like, not a long time, because he eventually grew a career as a conservative talk radio host. And yes, he gave up that publicity to join the Trump administration. So to say, hey, he gave up $5 million a year to do this, those are heroes in my opinion. Yeah. So anyways, Cain is getting some huge heat from those on the liberal side. I'm not a Dean Cain fan at all either. My issue with how the strategy of ICE is working right now is that, they're going and they are grabbing folks thinking they're all criminals. Okay. There's a different way to do your job to get the criminals, and there's a different way to get those who are just undocumented. I just personally think if you're undocumented, you've been in the United States for quite some time, you've been paying taxes, you've been no threat whatsoever. I just wish there was a path to, and I feel like there is, but there should be some path to citizenship, and not just to, oh, they gotta go there. Like, I just again, I go back to empathy. I go back to empathy and sincerity. I personally wish there was a more safer way, because there's folks now that are citizens that fear for their life, because they're like, I'm scared to even, speak in my native language with friends and family without, just being abducted, or just, it's sad. We're in, troubling times. So now this man is, excited to sign up to do this. Now, I'm gonna tell you one person who was not a fan of this choice. I'm gonna see if I can where is that clip? Here we go. So my guy, Van Lathan, another very popular dude. He's been seen many times on CNN, a part of the roundtable on, I think it's called Newsnight with Abby Phillips. Excuse me. And he hosts a podcast called Higher Learning. And he's from TMZ as well. Huge fan of Van Lathan, outspoken guy, very intelligent. This was his take on his take on the real reason why the former Superman is joining ICE. So check this out.
Massive amount of recruitment going on because they now have a huge amount of money to hire new ICE
in
agents.
the Superman community.
And so,
I mean, that's Dean.
But I'm just telling you, like,
he's effectively going to be an honorary sheriff.
But having someone like that out touting it, talking about, hey, this is a thing you can do for your government. This is public service. It's going to help them recruit, and they have a bunch of people to recruit.
Yeah. It's not 95. Nobody gives a Sam Hell what Dean Kane
You
does.
may not. In you don't, but in the conservative community.
Dean ain't worked in a while. Dean needs the 50,000. That's what got.
There's a massive amount of recruitment going on.
He said no one gives a damn about DK, and he's absolutely right. I haven't seen Dean Cain in forever. The only time I see him is being one of the washed up Hollywood actors that's on the MAGA train trying to be relevant again and trying to make a career. And that's what that guy is. He can barely be on a Hallmark Christmas movie. That's if you can barely make it to a Hallmark Christmas movie, bro, you know, you're a little struggling there. You're struggling. But I agree with Van. You know, he's out there trying to get his, his 50,000 and just to stay relevant. Now, conservative talker, conservative on CNN, Scott Jennings. I mean, Scott is there to be TV's best villain, and he's winning in that aspect. And that's his role. He is going to be, and you got to give respect for that. I mean, regardless of how crazy he sounds, he is always going to speak his side and to make his party look great. He's never going to speak against his party on anything. He's going to help them. In his opinion, he's going to continue to defend them. And hey, look, you're always going to need folks like that on your side to help defend you. But again, more of this story is, you got an actor that's now okay. He's saying he's joined ICE. I remember freaking what's his name? Dr. Phil was joining officers. Capturing. I mean, it's silly. It's silly. That's all I can say. And there has to be a better strategy and of being, because where's the humility? Where's the humanity in this point? It's not. You seeing people at random going to freaking Home Depots, grocery stores, right? Just swarming in, grabbing people, like with no words, nothing. Like what are we here as Americans? What is this country? What's the message that we're putting across at this point, y'all? We don't know. But look, my friends, that is my time. Please continue to tune into the Arrington Gavin Show weeknights, available on all digital streaming platforms as well as on the radio airwaves. Y'all stay safe out there, stay informed, and be sure to do your research when it comes to these upcoming elections, y'all. Peace and blessings. Talk to y'all soon.
That's it for tonight on the Arrington Gavin Show. Thanks for tapping in and keeping the conversation alive. Don't forget, stay connected with us on all platforms. Follow at Arrington Gavin on Instagram, Blue Sky, and X, and subscribe to the official Substack for exclusive takes and deep dives you won't get anywhere else. We're here every weeknight, same time, same energy, same real talk. Until next time, stay bold, stay sharp, and stay true. That's what we do on the Arrington Gavin Show. Peace.